This is Almost Famous, your home for the best local musicians and select live performances.
Here's Johnny.
Here's John Shea.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Lisa.
And Lisa Azizian.
Welcome to the second hour of Almost Famous here on 95.9 WATD. It's 9 o'clock on the nose, and that means it's time to head on over to the Tiny Stage, named after Tiny & Sons Glass, one of our sponsors, Route 53 in Pembroke. We also want to say thank you very much to Retunes, also Route 53 in Pembroke, and the Tinker's Son in Norwell. And we are going to say hello to Lisa Azizian in just a couple seconds. They're trying to get the microphone to work in there.
She can't hear me. All right. Well, welcome to the Tiny Stage here on Almost Famous. A little pause right there is because, well, I don't have headphones that work, nor do you guys, but that's all right. We're going to wing it. We are going to wing it. We don't need headphones because Left Hand Blue is in the house. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
All right. Introduce yourselves, please.
My name's Matt, and I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Carissa, and I play bass and I sing.
Yeah, girl bass player. Yes. All right. So how did you guys okay, Left Hand Blue, how long have you been together? Where are you from?
We've been together for 5 years, and we're out of Andover, Mass, about an hour and a half away.
5 years, and how old are you guys?
We're all 18, actually.
Oh my gosh, so you met when you were in like middle school or junior high?
Yeah.
Really?
Romantic, yes.
Were you playing? Were you playing in the band together?
We played at a guitar club, actually. We met there, and it just kind of took off. We met to play in a talent show initially. And then we decided we wanted to do it more, and we haven't stopped.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Wow.
And then I actually found out about a talent show, and it was actually like a wrong date. And then I asked Matt, I'm like, I knew he performed, and I was going to do another thing with another singer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I should ask Matt if he knows when the talent show is. And it was actually like a wrong date, which actually like helped us form the band.
It did?
Because I was thinking about going to ask her to join the band, but I kept chickening out. And then she came up to me and asked about the talent show, and I was like, oh, by the way, you want to join
This
the
actually
band?
is a romantic story.
If it took
Wow.
place in Paris, it would just be beautiful.
Just be beautiful.
We could change that detail. We won't tell anyone we changed it. Paris Andover. Is there a Paris Street in Andover? Maybe. Well, anyway.
Could find one.
So talk about your musical style. When you guys met, did you like the same kind of music, or did you kind of fuse it into? Did Left Hand Blue become a combination of a lot of things that you liked?
It's we're pretty fortunate to like similar stuff, but not the same. It's kind of an amalgam of all different things. I got really into surf and blues, and we were both really into punk, and our drummer's into the Beatles and Rush, which is quite a spectrum. But
It is. I love it.
so we all kind of meet in the middle, we play like the Ramones a little bit, or we try to in our heads, and it sounds more like the Buzzcocks because we play kind of surfy, and they're folk songs when I write them, but they're not when we play them.
And they're still really short songs, too, which is kind of like the new wave in the 60s and 70s. So we're definitely influenced by so many genres that it all kind of mixes together, and then you get our music, and we don't really know how to define it.
How were you influenced? Was it at home and through your parents? I mean, musical families do you guys have, or?
I have a very musical family, yeah. My mom played piano, and I think she took lessons for a long time when she was younger. And my dad plays... He was actually in a band when he was younger called The Bones, and he played guitar in that. He still plays guitar all the time, and I grew up with guitars, so many instruments just around the house, so it was really nice and fortunate.
Huh.
And my parents don't play, but my dad took me to concerts since I could walk, and that was a huge influence for me. I mean, I saw Midnight Oil, I think, when I was in second grade or third grade, and that was my mind-opening show. Just
was that your
away.
first concert?
Yeah, I was at Earthfest in Boston, and
Wow.
I freaked out, and I just haven't looked back.
Oh my gosh.
So they've influenced me a ton, definitely.
Do you remember your first concert, Carissa?
My first concert was actually Avril Lavigne, and it was at the Songus Arena in Lowell, and that was definitely a moment where I was like, I need to do that. Just the energy, it was just, that's so awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Your voice, Matt, was one of the things that drew me into to liking you guys and finding out more about you and starting our journey to get you on the show.
You're one of the few.
so far, though. Just you wait. Just you wait. So talk about how busy you guys have been and what you've been up to, because we did try. This is a long time coming, getting you here in the studio, and I'm glad we could finally do it because you guys have been really busy. What's been going on?
Well, back in March, when we put out the last record, which that song was on, we decided we wanted to go on tour because it's been something we've dreamed of since we were little, and we're like, you know what, let's just go for it. So we decided to arrange a tour of the New England states, and we were going to try to come through here on that in, I think, June or July. Right. But it got broken up, and we ran out of money. So we hit all the dates, but we didn't hit them in a tour. We hit them in like individual road trips for a couple days each. So we ended up not coming to this area at all. This is going to be our like Connecticut, Providence, Boston, that run. But we didn't make it through, so it's just been a lot of trying to get out here, and then we'd have a whole bunch of new shows, and it got nuts. It was really fun, and we totally appreciate everybody, but it's crazy.
What was the highlight of the summer, the best part about this kind of New England tour?
Definitely, I don't know. I don't know if I can pick a favorite of all the three. We went on 3 different road trips, and I think it was good to spread them out just to warm up to the idea of it. But I think the second one was probably the best because it was a 2-night in a row show, like week that we did, and it was just awesome. Like playing one show one night, and then like having the hotel and just kind of chilling together, and then knowing that we have a show the next night, and then going to play that. That was a lot of fun.
So when you have, these shows in the summertime, did it surprise you that people out there in the audience, they knew the lyrics to your song? Is that a weird feeling?
Oh, it's so weird.
The best.
It's awesome, but you don't quite get used to it, I don't think. It's just, we did one show a couple years ago where we decided that day that we wanted to have the audience sing us the chorus back, and I don't know why we did it. It was the dumbest thing we could have done. Like, no one cared about us. We shouldn't have done it, but it worked. That one night, it actually worked, and this whole room, like 100 or something people, sang the chorus in its entirety back to us. And it was like, wanted to cry. I mean, it was just astounding.
Oh, I got chills when I heard it. It's like, wow.
Because I didn't expect it. I was standing there, I put my arms out, like everyone sing back to me, just, oh my God, why am I doing this? And then they sang back to me. It was like, what? It was just awesome. It was the best feeling.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. What was one of the things on the road trips that surprised you the most? That sounds like one of them, but give me another story of something that just kind of blew you away or took you off guard.
We were up till like 4 one night just talking about like quantum physics. That was pretty strange and unexpected.
We're pretty BA rock stars, It's quantum physics that keeps us up at night.
That was definitely a surprise.
Stay in school, kids. Stay in school.
Yeah. And then the fact that we had to set 5 alarms for one of our trips to wake up at like 5:45. We had like an hour drive the next morning, so had to make sure we got there on time for the show. And
we were opening a festival. We had to get there at 7:45, and we had gone to sleep at like 3. And we're like, oh my God, we're not going to wake up. We're not going to wake up. So we set 5 alarms and 2 wake-up calls and tripped over every single one of them trying to get out of the hotel in the morning. It was a mess, but it was like one of the best moments of my life. Just so fun.
Where was this festival?
Where was it?
Out in, I think Pittsfield, somewhere near. No, Lenox.
Yeah, Lenox.
It's called Berkshire Stock.
Yeah, cool.
It was awesome.
So what's next in tour-wise? Because, okay, you've conquered New England. Very cool. This is exciting. Where would you want to go next?
We'd love to go anywhere.
Yeah, we're going to go anywhere we can, but we have an East Coast run in the thought process right now. No guarantees as to money and stuff, but we have connections all the way down the East Coast, so we're going to try to just book them and see if we can pay for it later and crash on couches and all that.
Nice.
That'll be probably in June.
Okay.
The record's coming out in a couple months, but we're going to wait until June just so everything's got time to be planned out.
All right, we've got Matt and Carissa here from Left Hand Blue. Great job.
Thank you.
So did you say that's from the new album?
Yep. That'll be coming out in a couple months.
Okay, talk about this album. This is the second?
Third. Well, we had an EP.
Yeah.
And then we had our last record. Now we have this coming out.
Okay. So the EP, then the full length, and then now this new one. Mm-hmm. So who is doing the writing? Is it you, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
And how many songs are on this album?
I think this one's going to have 13 or 14 when all is said and done.
Yeah. So. And when do you bring like Carissa into the process?
It's kind of like the middle of my writing process. Like I'll write it as a folk song or an acoustic song, whatever I kind of feel like writing it as, and then I'll bring it to Carissa and our drummer Sean to make sure it can swim on its own, kind of to make sure I don't hate it or to make sure they don't hate it, and then we all pick at it together and try to turn it into a fully formed thing, and then the real test is playing it live.
Yeah.
But these guys, I mean, I trust them with my life, so we bring them in pretty early.
Aww. Are you guys seniors in high school?
We're actually just freshmen in college now.
Oh, freshmen this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you so what does that mean? Are you guys close by? What's happening? What's happening to the band, man?
Well, Sean's still in high school, so he's a
Okay.
senior. But we're all still about. Me and Matt both go to Lowell, so it's helpful that we both go to the same college. So practice, we still try to practice once or twice a week, and that's not a problem because we'd rather be practicing than at school.
Yeah.
But we find a way around it because it's not holding us back or breaking us up. We're sticking together. So.
Yeah.
Too many
Yeah.
bands, I think, break up for frivolous stuff like that, so
Yeah.
Well, and
It's
you
worth sticking it out.
managed to stay close by, which is great. So that makes a huge difference, obviously, because if you had long commutes, how would you practice during the week, right?
If one of us is in California, the other one's in Ohio.
Yeah, not
that would
so
not
much. I mean, the internet is a powerful thing, but really.
work. Yeah.
So, okay, so the album, it's going to come out in a couple of months. You'll go into the studio. Do you have a studio that you record at?
Yeah, we got a guy named Doug Batchelor who has a studio called The Den over in North Reading, and we're actually doing our last session for it this Saturday.
Wow.
We've kind of been banging it out quicker than we can afford, but Doug's great. I mean, he's the best producer anyone could ask for, so it's really going well. No complaints.
So you're both in college. Sean's in high school. You mentioned that, you got to scrape the dollars together for the tour, for the album. How can people contribute? What do you have? Is your CD or your CDs, your EP on sale somewhere?
Yeah, at our shows, we usually, actually people have been great about buying them, so at our shows, we don't have very much stuff because we can't afford to get them remade, but on iTunes, we have all of our stuff up there right now, so
Okay.
you can just search Left Hand Blue on iTunes and something will come up. And,
Excellent.
we always appreciate donations and buying our stuff. Just every little bit helps. Even just saying you have a couch that you don't sleep on. That's always nice too.
So how does that work when you go out on tour? Because you mentioned the couches and the just knowing people. Is that what you do? You just kind of reach out to your network? And how did you build that network?
Well, the last time we were lucky enough to have hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Because that was one goal we had, was we wanted at some point in this band's life to go to sleep in a hotel room. We had plans to watch That Thing You Do, and then we were going to go to sleep, and it was just going to be like a dream vacation. So we kind of set that money aside to do that. And that was the weirdest feeling, was laying in the hotel room, and our drummer said it. He's like, oh my God, guys, I'm in high school and I'm sleeping in a room that was paid for by my record sales, and it's just mind-boggling. And so now we're in trouble because we need more hotel rooms and we can't afford those. But
Yeah, it adds up.
back then it was just luck, and really nice people liking us.
All right, so iTunes, that's where you want to go so you can buy some of this music to help Left Hand Blue get back out on the road and make that next album that will come out soon.
Yes.
Hopefully soon. Fingers crossed.
It's coming out,
soon.
definitely. It's just a matter of whether we can pay the debts.
What have you guys got coming up in terms of shows? Anything coming up soon?
What do we have?
O'Brien's on November 1st, right?
Yeah, we've got our November, December booked up pretty solid. They're all on our websites, which is lefthandblueband.com.
Okay.
But we might be playing the Middle East downstairs in a couple weeks. I'm not sure if that went through. Just stuff like that, around the city a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so opportunities to get out and see Left Hand Blue, and perhaps there'll be a Twister game there when you get there. Who knows? All right, I see that. I'm on the website, lefthandblueband.com, and upcoming shows, there's a link. Hey, there we are. 95.9 O'Brien's, yes, November 1st, November 10th, RG's Pub, Haverhill, Precinct in Somerville, November 19th, and McGann's in Boston in December. Okay, so several opportunities to get out and to support local music, support Left Hand Blue. Left Hand Blue here on Almost Famous on 95.9 WATD. We got to take a quick break. We got to pay some bills. But when we come back, more from Matt and Carissa, so stay tuned.
Boring old radio can leave you disappointed.
Ain't you glad you got us?
Incredible.
Terrific.
It's so satisfying.
Almost Famous on 95.9 WATD.
Welcome back. I'm on the tiny stage. I am with Carissa and with Matt. They are from Left Hand Blue from Andover. And we were just talking about the fact that they have been together for 5 years as a band. Sean is missing tonight. What's up, Sean? He is their drummer. By the way, if anyone wants to call in, 781-837-4900. Show some love to Left Hand Blue tonight. Please feel free. We were talking about how you've been together for 5 years, which is a good percentage of your lifetime when you're 18 years old. But also it means that you've been through a lot of things together. Happy times, sad times, times on the road. Mm-hmm. You should journal it. You should blog it. I'm all about that tonight.
We tried writing a book, but I don't know if we could.
Oh, we did try writing. Yeah, it's going to be a novel.
What happened? Where's that notebook?
Ooh, you don't want to read that notebook.
We should probably keep it put away somewhere. We should journal something.
We should.
What's up, John?
We have a phone call. We have Willie DiNardo on the phone.
Hey.
Hey, Left Hand Blue. How's it going?
How are you? We're good.
Not bad. Thanks for the shout out. I'm just showing some love back. Starting a love train here.
Awesome.
How do you guys know each other?
Where did we meet?
met at a gig back in November of last year at the All Asia.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
And then
We just played a show together a few months ago, too, in the summer.
yeah, you and Sean played with me.
Oh, yeah, we backed up. Willie DiNardo.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat. That's cool. Well, thanks for calling in, Willie.
No problem.
All right. Keep on keeping on.
All right, you two guys.
See you, buddy.
See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.
That's so cool. Willie's been on the show before.
Oh, we love Willie. Everyone should buy his records. They're quite good.
Willie's from Plymouth, and you can catch him. Find him on Facebook. He performs out and about every so often across the South Shore. That brings up a good point. You guys have been meeting a lot of bands over the course of the last couple of years, especially as you're touring. Is there anyone that you are especially fond of performing with, and why?
I really like this band called the Green Bullets. They're up in Dover, New Hampshire, and they come down to Boston. Well, they came down once, actually, because we booked them on a show with us once down there. But they, I think, are one of my favorite bands, period, now. They're just so cool. They record things to tape. They just... I love it. I don't know. It sounds like Buddy Holly and Jack White in a punk band together.
Really?
Kind of with Billie Holiday involved, too. It's just ridiculous.
I'm intrigued.
They just do what they do, and they don't care, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Green Bullet, you said?
The Green Bullets.
Green Bullets.
Yes.
Green Bullets out of New Hampshire. All right, I'm finding them. Fantastic. What's on your iPod right now?
Pretty much all Morrissey for me.
Yeah.
A lot of Morrissey, a lot of Nirvana, Elliott Smith, Beatles, a lot of surf, blues. What else? A lot of the Smiths. It's kind of like Morrissey, but
Yeah.
Elvis Costello, all that. How are you?
I've been listening to a lot of Joan Jett and Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, and who else? Those are my two top. I just go to them and just listen to them on repeat.
Oh my gosh, we talked to Grace Potter last week on the show.
That's awesome. I actually heard about that.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That's really cool.
She's great. She has listened to the show. She could be listeing right now. We don't
I
know.
hope so.
We don't know.
If you ever need an opener, Grace,
Yeah.
please.
Left Hand Blue.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty widespread, but those are my two go-to bands, I'd say.
Left Hand Blue here on the tiny stage on Almost Famous. That is on the new album.
Yep, that'll be on there. Recording it this Saturday.
Oh.
It's gonna have my brother on piano. Maybe he's listening right now, but
Really?
Pete, no pressure, but now you have to do it.
It's been told to the masses. It must happen. Wow. Okay, so Saturday's a busy day.
It
You
is,
want to
yes.
accomplish a lot in the recording studio, huh?
We only have 2 songs left, actually, for the record.
cool.
So, but it's a big 2 songs. We're gonna have my brother's gonna be on there, and then we just have to wrap it up. It's a lot of pressure, but it's
Yeah.
fun. It's good pressure.
If you could pick anyone to join your band for one song on stage somewhere, who would you pick?
Oh, that's a tough one. Catherine Popper. She's my favorite bassist. I'd say I'd be really cool to play with her one time.
What about you,
Your
Matt?
own job.
Yeah, I know. We could have a bass jam.
I would kind of like. I'd like to have Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols, kind of, because he's got to be one of the best rhythm guitarists in the world. But I mean, I'd love to dance around with Morrissey too.
Yeah.
But I'd be so terrified. Him or Johnny Rotten, but oh my god,
Yeah.
that'd be scary.
Wow.
I like my band, though. I think the way it is, it just sounds corny, but I mean, really, it's like a family. It's not going to change.
Would you ever want to add pieces to the family? Pieces?
We had another sister over the summer, a girl named Megan Pierce. She played guitar with us on the road and for all our summer dates, and she is really, really awesome. And she just had to leave because of scheduling stuff, but she was a great fit. She's an awesome person to play with.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, that's good. A backup just in case you need some, fill-in help or when you're out on the road again.
Yeah.
Awesome. You've got Left Hand Blue here in the studio tonight. Take a listen to their music. They're up on iTunes. We do one more? We're going to do one more. All right. And Facebook.com, Left Hand Blue. Go to the website, lefthandblueband.com. They've got a Twitter page, a YouTube page, Reverb Nation. Go buy their music, support local music, so these guys can get into the studio, finish that album on Saturday. You got to send us a copy, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. All right, we've got time for another song. What are you going to close your set out with tonight?
This song closes our last record. It's called Johnny Panic.
That's Matt. He's from Left Hand Blue. He's on Tiny Stage tonight, along with Carissa. Can you talk about that song before you go? When did you write it?
That song was about Elliott Smith, who's, I think, one of the best songwriters that I've ever heard. And he died 9 years ago, 2 days ago, actually, which was, or 3 days ago, whenever the 21st was. And that was just kind of my thanks to him for getting me through a lot of tough years. And I don't know, I hope to pay it forward in some capacity with my music. And, if someone like that can make me feel better for 20 minutes, maybe I can do that to somebody else someday. I don't know. Even just one person, but it'd be a cool feeling, so I decided to give it a whirl. I don't know.
That's very, very cool. What advice do you have for the kids that are going to that talent show and they're going to find their future bandmate sometime this fall or this year, or, and they have this kind of desire and maybe they picked up guitar, maybe they haven't, but they've heard you tonight and they say, that is so cool, I want to sound like that. What would you tell them?
Don't stop. Don't listen to your critics, and your voice isn't as bad as they tell you.
Yeah, just go for it. Just do it if you want to.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Critics are always wrong on some level, so only you can really, it sounds corny again, but only you can be the judge at the end of the day. A lot of artists go their whole career and don't get the recognition they deserve, and 20 years after they die, they're worshipped, so you can never tell. And then you got some people out there who are famous, and it's like, why? You don't play an instrument. Why are you doing that? So you never really know. You just got to be happy and do your best at it.
Do your best
and make other
go
people
for
happy.
It. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you.
It's a real treat. We appreciate it. Left Hand Blue, check them out online. Please support them. Head out to a show, lefthandblueband.com. That is where you can see the lineup. That is where you can get a link to the music. They are officially online on iTunes as well. Go and download some tunes tonight. Pay it forward. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Carissa.
Thanks.
Got it. All right. Well, that's wrapping up our session tonight on the Tiny Stage.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lisa.